Hey guys, you're watching the Something Stoney podcast. Do you think that was 10 seconds? I don't know. I wasn't counting. I probably should have been counting.
That was a lot longer, I think, than but
It probably was.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to cut out some of that silence. That's fine.
Silence is good. Silence is golden.
Yeah. You know what? It builds up the anticipation.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she said.
Yeah, it is. It is. Speaking of she, what did you want to... I'm wearing one of my 3 Britney Spears shirts. And
you have 3 Britney Spears.
I actually forgot about this one. Yeah.
Why? Okay, and we've talked about this. I don't know. Did we talk about this on the air?
I think we talked about it on the last podcast.
Yeah. So let's look. Stand up. Let's see the shirt. I want to see the shirt, if you can.
Yeah.
It's like a whole production right here.
There, yeah. Okay.
It's like it's her "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time."
Yeah.
Sure. So okay. Now? There was a controversy with this. I am so like in my own world. What are we talking about? Why is there a Britney shirt controversy? What's going on here? Tell me.
No, there's not a Britney shirt controversy. There's a controversy surrounding her, or a conspiracy theory, I guess, more so.
A conspiracy with her? Well, okay. I want to hear this.
Yeah. So basically what it is that the idea is, so back in 2006, 2007, she kind of had a mental breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
And the rumor is, or the conspiracy theory goes, that during that time, because she was mentally unfit to handle her finances and everything, basically, her dad took control of all of her accounts and everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, and he's made it to where he is, or she is essentially entirely under his control, and to the point to where if she wants to do anything like outside of the house or something, she needs his permission. And if she does not abide by that, then he can use the insanity thing against her. Yeah. So it's basically a way of having control of the millions of dollars that she has.
Wow.
And or at least that's the theory. And that she's basically being kind of held hostage by her dad. And then there was like a story about how she went to In-N-Out with her new boyfriend or husband or whatever, and her dad got her in legal trouble because of that, because she didn't like get his permission first and everything.
Oh.
And it's turned into this whole conspiracy theory of this whole, I guess, movement of people trying to save Britney Spears. Like, you go on her Instagram and because this
leave Britney alone.
Exactly.
I remember that.
It's such a heightened version of that, and
oh my god, heightened version of that.
Pretty much because that conspiracy theory is out, and people know about it, and it's a little bit more widely known now. She's constantly posting these like strange things where she just does like random, almost like fashion shows at home, or like little dance freestyles at home, but it's always at home, and it's weird shit, and everyone's like, this is kind of, and it kind of supports this theory because it's people are looking at it going like, well, she does this because she's not allowed to leave, so all of her Instagram posts are just her doing silly shit at home because she's basically confined to being at home. So now,
but are we all confined to being at home
right now? But I mean, sans Corona, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, well, yeah, we're all that way.
Yeah. But so now, if you look in the comment section of her posts, it's a bunch of people being like, "We're here to save you, Britney," and then it's a lot of people being like, "If you need help, wear a shirt with fruit on it on your next post."
Is this
And
QAnon or whatever?
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then of course the theory continues that whenever people make posts like that, her dad has some sort of people that take it down, and but it's kind of weird because people are doing that. There's a lot of people that read too much into it, because they'll tell, like, wear a fruit shirt on your next post, and then she'll wear like something with like a cat on it, and they're like, they'll try to connect the dots between a cat and some fruit, and they're like, she needs help. So
that's the most. I mean, it's not. It's so weird to me. Like look, we don't know what's going on. We don't. I would have never really even thought about it, but like, it's so tricky because I feel like we forget that these are people. She's a human being, and her dad's a human being, and whether or not he's taking advantage of her, it's really hard for us to. We're not the social police. We're not like, we don't know the situation. We don't know what's going on. Maybe she does need help. Maybe we don't know. And it always, I'm always trepidatious that when it comes to, see, I'm smart. I used a big word. I probably said it wrong though, so I probably ruined the whole smartness right there.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I feel like we get so involved in the celebrity lifestyle of who's, and it's very tricky because we don't know that person, and I happen to be, I'm in a weird position where I've gotten to know a couple people that are fairly famous, and I do kind of hear the stories, and then you're like, that's not the person I know. That's not the person I've met, or that's not, and I would give an example, but I'm not going to, because I'm not going to talk about it. But even though we talk about a lot of shit here, I'm not going to talk about that. But like, there's an arm. But it always weirds me out. Like I always feel like if it were like you or me, and someone was going on and making these kinds of assumptions, or these kinds of weird kind of gestures about our personal lives, it just feels kind of icky to me,
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really like have a real, I'm not like you. I don't love the Britney like you do. You're such a Britney fan. It's like, guys, you have no idea. When we're hanging out, he starts, hit me, baby, one more time. It's really weird.
That is what I do.
He does, and he does the dance. He came out, like, one time we were hanging out. He came out in a cheerleader outfit. And I'm like,
I was just gonna say. I show up with the skirt.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, it looked good on you. So
I'm just trying new things.
I'm giving you props, honestly.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it makes me a little sad because I feel like, yeah, we just don't know. We don't know. I don't remember the shaved head. I remember Chris, what was that person's name that was known for doing that? The Chris Cover or something? No, that's an actor. It's the one. Do you know about this? Do you remember this? They did this whole thing where, like, he became famous. Gay guy who I think does. I think he does gay porn now. Actually, he got famous for doing these videos where leave Britney alone, and he do it as
Chris Crocker.
Chris Crocker. That I could not think of the name.
I know he started his own YouTube channel. I don't know if he still does.
I think he does gay porn though, doesn't he?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I thought I read that. I mean, hey, maybe he doesn't. And you know what? Hey, whatever it takes to make money, right? Gosh, I have a really glowy blue. I look a little evil. I look or sickly.
To anybody listening, please let us know whether or not Chris Crocker does gay porn.
Yeah, well, you can just
go ahead and look into that. Yeah,
you Google it tonight. I'm sure.
I'll look Chris Crocker gay porn, and
great.
We'll see what comes up.
Yeah, I want to
be some fun stuff.
I want to go to your house when this is all over, and I'm curious as to see the what is on your browser? I'm very curious. I don't know
Oh,
why.
you don't want to know that.
Yeah, I probably don't. I probably don't. Oh my god.
It's all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mine's a
Yeah.
lot of celebrity crap and movies and stuff. And a lot of ghost stories. Love ghost stories.
Mine's a lot of video game stuff, like video
Oh
game
yeah.
guides and shit. So
Yeah, you had a long night of Twitch tonight. I want to hear about it. I want to hear what you played. I didn't get to watch because I was doing my own thing tonight.
ooh,
Yeah, I was
something.
interviewing celebrities tonight.
Sorry, I was busy working.
Totally.
No, tonight was actually a shorter stream. I got a real late start. I just because I came home from work and fell asleep for a little bit, but I was just kind of cleaning up around the apartment, and then I didn't start streaming until probably close to 6:30.
Oh, wow.
So, but I streamed a game called Judgment. It's like a Japanese kind of based game. It's made by Sega. There's a series. There's a series called Yakuza game series, and it's kind of like a spin-off of that. It's different than what I normally play.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't sound like your typical kind of gameplay.
Yeah, but it's something different. I've watched a lot of videos on those games, and they seem a lot of fun. They don't take themselves too seriously. They're very tongue in cheek. So it's fun. So far, it's fun.
Why are you not playing? I mean, will you at least one time for me? I know you're not super into horror games, but would you play a horror game for me?
Which one?
I don't know.
Actually, for October, I have a lot of spooky games
Oh, do
planned.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do Friday the 13th?
I do have it. I can play it. I can play it. Just honestly, just let me know when you're free, like when you can actually sit and watch it, and then that'll just be that day's stream.
Okay. Yeah, well, we got a Friday the 13th coming up too in November. I think
In
it's
November?
Yeah, we have a Friday the 13th.
That's yeah. I should stream that game then.
That would be fun. Yeah, I would definitely tune in for a little bit of that because I am the worst. Have you played it before?
No, I've watched a lot of videos on it, and it looks fun if you know what you're doing, but
it's a blast, but I suck at it.
Yeah.
Like I can't even win as Jason. I can't even win that way. I'm like walking around. I don't know what to do. I'm like, oh wait, there, no, there, oh wait, there they go. There, I cannot get to. I can't do anything. So I end up just walking around as Jason, just going. Well, I mean, at least I get to tour Camp Crystal Lake while all the teenagers basically take off. So like, if they were going to make a Friday the 13th sequel with my game playing skills, literally nobody would die. Nobody. Like
that'd
Jason
be an interesting spin on the story.
Yeah. He'd pop up and they'd see the hockey mask, they'd see him and they'd be like, well shit, we gotta get they could literally mosey out. They could be like, oh yeah, oh what time oh yeah, we got a couple hours before we get to the maybe we should pick up speed. No, he's turning in circles. I don't know what the fuck. That would be my Friday the 13th movie. Did a light just pop or like that was cool.
I'm fucking with my lighter.
Oh, okay, that was really cool. This is Jason right here, by the way.
I know. You got plenty of props.
I got so much shit, and like for a while there, I was on a mailing list for some toy company, and I forgot the toys. And I would get boxes of just toys, Hasbro, I think, and so I have toys everywhere. The ones that no one plays with, they're just there. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe one day I'll collect them and sell them, package them. I don't know. I don't like to sell stuff. And I'm not even a hoarder. That's the thing. I'm not like your typical hoarder where I have to keep everything, but I just don't feel like I want to just give them away. So like
Mhm.
Christmas comes around, I know someone with a kid. Oh, cool! I've got a movie doll from 20 years ago. You're gonna love this. So I'm like the worst
Yeah.
gift giver.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for anyone I've given, that old thing to.
Yeah. Well, and plus, I don't know. I always have trouble figuring out where to sell shit. I don't know how to sell online. So
You know,
my
you just
my
go to Let Go.
my my go-to is usually just like I guess I'll just take it to a pawn shop or something.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's a couple of apps that are really easy. They're like just really simple. They're like Let Go is easy. There's another one I forgot. I mean, we've done the eBay thing. We've done all of that. I don't love selling online just because
Mhm.
it's a lot of work for, unless you have something really cool, that's really going to make some money. Like if
Yeah.
you're selling a DVD, I'm selling my Freddy Got Fingered DVD because I have 3 copies.
Do you really?
So no, I'm totally fucking with you.
Oh, I was
I
gonna
don't have
say.
any. I wouldn't mind having a copy. I really look.
Look, I have a DVD copy of Freddy Got Fingered.
I mean, this is like I'm going silent because I'm in shock and I should be talking because we're doing a podcast. But when are we doing? Okay, we need to do like when COVID's over, you and I. Our podcast will be us watching Freddy Got Fingered or
Yeah,
just talking about it.
we can do like a mystery science theater of
Yeah,
Freddy Got Fingered.
no, it's a
I'd be
wonderful
yeah.
film.
It is. It
We
is.
talked about this film.
We haven't talked about it on the show.
Oh, we
So
haven't. Okay.
we haven't. I showed that movie recently to someone.
God, I'm sorry.
And it's someone that like she knows about Tom Green, who he is, what he does. And it's Freddy Got Fingered is just like, if you know who Tom Green is, imagine if Tom Green made a movie. That's Freddy Got Fingered.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
and it's just, I don't know. I feel like she just didn't appreciate it enough,
See, here I am. I get you. Because I'm watching you, and I'm watching like you start talking about how, and Tom Green, and you get the smile and this light, and it's like, oh, it's and you're so excited about Tom Green. It was like, it made me
I
really,
yeah.
oh.
I just thought of I was thinking of another Tom Green movie earlier. Did you ever see Stealing Harvard?
Yeah, freaking someone else was that? Okay, hold on, I'm gonna look. That was Sarah Michelle Gellar. Wasn't that? Was she or no?
No, it was.
I'm thinking of
It's
something else. Stealing. I know the movie though. I do know
yeah.
this.
It's him. It's Jason Lee, and then it's the girl in it. She's been in so many things. I can't think of her name though.
Why do I love Sarah Michelle Gellar? By the way,
Oh yeah, she's great.
she's amazing. It's oh shit, Leslie Mann.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's who it
Judd
is.
Apatow's wife. I love, 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 love Leslie Mann.
Yeah, no, she's hilarious.
She's hilarious. We have the same birthday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Look out,
And
Judd.
yeah, no, it's I actually I've interviewed her once, and I believe I told her that I had a big old crush on her. I believe I told her that.
It's a
So
bold move.
it was a very or I just said, oh my gosh, dude, I fawned over her so much because I think she's fucking delightful. Just she's funny, she's charming, and she seems like a really nice person.
Mm.
Like, and I pretty much love every movie. Every time she's on screen in a movie, I'm happy, even if I don't like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of those.
Yeah. There's
Like you and Tom Green. This is how I feel. How I feel about her is how you feel about Tom Green.
I don't know. Is Tom Green one of those people for me?
Yeah, I mean, he has a posters. He has a shrine. It's really weird.
I mean,
masturbates to him all the time.
I will admit, whenever Tom Green is given the chance, he steals the show.
He's pretty funny, dude.
He is. He came out with a stand-up comedy special like back in like 2012 or something, and it was actually really good.
Yeah, I watched. I did. I enjoyed that. he's one of those, like, I get it. Like, I get, like, when people are, like, not a Tom Green fan. One, yeah, I totally
I
get it.
get
I'm
it.
not
Yeah,
like,
I get
yeah,
it.
it's not.
Yeah.
He is very he has a very selective kind of humor in it.
Yeah, you
It
either get it or you don't.
Yeah, it's same like with the Broken Lizard guys.
Oh yeah,
A lot of those guys. Although I love Tacoma FD, that's like one of my favorite shows. It's only
I haven't
two of them.
watched that one yet.
So good, so good, so good. But it's just two of the guys, so
Yeah.
it's not like a Broken Lizard thing.
Those two guys have done. They did like a stage show kind of thing, and then I think it was on Netflix at one point.
I think it was Steve Lemmy and
And
Kevin
Kevin
Heffernan.
Heffernan.
Heffernan, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I really. We're just going to be talking about comedians today.
That's
Comedians.
fine. I could talk all day about comedians.
Yeah, I know you like me. Hey, what's your favorite movie about comedians?
Favorite movie about comedians?
Yeah, there's a
About
few.
comedians?
There's a few. So okay, there's a movie that like King of Comedy. If you've
Okay.
never seen King of Comedy, like right after this, if you're not too stoned, you should watch King of Comedy. It's De Niro. It's not a happy. It's not a funny movie. It
Oh,
is, but it's not.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be my that and God. There's another movie. Well, Sandra Bernhard did a stand-up special, but that wasn't. I mean, it was Without You, I'm Nothing, which I really liked. That was a long time ago. I'm trying to think. There was another movie about comedians that I cannot. Well, Joker,
Yeah, kind of. There was that
another
movie
comedian.
Funny People.
Funny People, that was one. Yeah, which
Mhm.
I thought was going back to Judd and going back to Leslie Mann,
Mhm.
which is my least favorite Judd Apatow movie.
Yeah, I didn't really I feel like I should watch it now, as I feel like I was too young to really understand the movie when it came out, because I mean it came out what, like in 2009 or some shit.
Yeah, you were like 4.
I was like, yeah, maybe even a little less.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
was
was
like
like
three and
14.
a half.
So
14.
I didn't have any like understanding of any of those like real life kind of things that they're depicting in the movie. So I feel like I would have a better understanding in it and appreciate some of the humor in it a little bit more now.
I'll say I was older, and I'm not. I didn't love it. I didn't. It's not that it's weird. It felt like two different films for me, and because the first half is so different from the second, and
Hmm.
I feel like half of it worked, and I feel like there's I forget what. Look, I liked it. I like Judd Apatow a lot. I mean, not only do I like him as a person, I think he's really an incredibly funny guy. He's incredibly charming and he's incredibly nice. He's really nice. Um, but he just makes movies that speak to me.
Mm.
Like even his lesser movies, I well, I actually don't call this a lesser movie. A lot of people think This Is 40. I fucking love. I
I
fucking
was just
love that
thinking
movie.
about that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's got so much heart, and it's
Hmm.
like they seem like a real married couple, and I love the kids, and I'm a sucker for that movie, and this I just love everything about it. I also love Trainwreck. I love This Is 40. Um, I'm blanking on. Wait, no, that wasn't him. I'm trying because you also have to think it's like the Judd Apatow universe, like the Conjuring universe and Marvel universe, except
Oh,
it's Judd Apatow. Because you got Bridesmaids, you got Paul Feig, you got Walk Hard, which is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Walk
That
Hard's
was
so
Bridesmaids,
good.
by the way. Yeah, I like that. It's weird because I hear people complain about that because they're dramedies, I guess you could call them, because there's a lot of drama. Well, Walk Hard, pure comedy,
Yeah.
but the others are kind of dramedies. But like, I just feel like the characters are so interesting. The actors he chooses are so interesting. Superbad's another really good one. I really like that whole. I like the. I mean, it's not really a thing anymore. Although I haven't seen the new one. Yeah, the
Which
King of
one's the
Staten
new one?
Island. That's a new.
Oh yeah, I actually I've kind of come around to Pete Davidson.
Okay.
I never used to like him. He just seemed kind of like an annoying kind of person to me. But
Yeah, I'm kind of there, right? I mean, I don't know enough about him, so but I'm
the
not really
thing
like.
the thing that changed it for me was watching his stand up. He
Okay.
is an amazing stand up. He's hilarious. And like I saw a few things of it like online, and then he just recently came out with his own Netflix special. And it's so good. It's
Hmm.
so good. I loved it. And I feel like I wish he would lean harder into his stand up because I feel like it gives you a much better perception of who he is
Hmm.
and how he is. And after seeing that, I'm a fan.
So you haven't seen the movie then?
No, but because I have a feeling I'll watch it at some point in the near future, just
Yeah, I
because.
think you'll probably like it too. I'm hearing mostly good things from people I trust.
Well,
I'm
I
hearing
mean,
a lot of good
it's
things.
also kind of loosely based on his actual life. His
Yeah.
dad passed away. Um, he was a firefighter during 9/11. So
Oh wow.
yeah, and that's how he
Well,
passed away.
it sounds so like I'm getting to a like. I guess maybe it's the time we're in. I don't want to watch anything too heavy. Like I'm like I have to sometimes with my job. I'll have to like, oh, I got to review this movie. I got to review
Yeah.
that movie. But like when it comes to what I choose, I like right now I'm basically choosing 80s slashers or weird 80s movies. I gotta show you fucking Society. Oh my god.
Society.
Yeah, it's 1989, I think, or 88. It's a movie about a family that's very wealthy, and they're they're basically the one percenters, and they Beverly Hills, and they have very interesting family connections. It is it has a couple of the most grotesque sequences, like this orgy of flesh and like it's like I don't even know if I want to just I almost want to show it to you, but like imagine bodies literally melding into each other and the skin stretching, and they're well, let's put it bluntly, maybe a hand going into an asshole and coming out someone's mouth.
That's hot.
It, no, it's not. It's
Speak for
very
yourself.
well. That's true. Yeah, I mean, maybe later, like if I do, like, okay, well, let me really quickly add this. I was thinking for the show of, I don't drink a lot. I would say I got these recently for swag. So there's tequila there. I think it's tequila and whiskey. Justin, you were kind of like maybe not, but I'm still thinking
I
about that.
I think that I support whatever you choose. That's my opinion.
Well, I mean, the yeah, that now I think because I have to wake up early, we do these late. We do these late
Yes,
because
very
we
late.
want to enjoy the experience of the conversation and me playing with my hair and just kind of, you know, stony something
We want
stony,
to get into something stony.
something
So
stony, and we usually do.
yeah,
Now, fuck, now I
waste no
want.
time.
Well, okay, Society is on Prime. I
Okay,
mean, you could
okay,
watch it. I kind of
yeah.
want to watch it. I want to watch. Look, you don't like horror movies that much because you get scared, right? Is that
You
fair
know
to
what?
say?
Well, it's not necessarily that I. It is and it isn't. I fucking fall for the jump scares every time, and it's like I'm already really an anxious person. So I'm always on super high alert for jump scares. And I still fall for him every time. Even if it's a movie I've seen before and I know it's coming, I'll still flinch. And I'm like, why did I do that? I knew that was coming. And so, I think it's because it ramps up my anxiety so much. It's a stressful experience to watch horror movies, which sucks because I'll watch the trailers and I'll see some of the characters or I'll see what the plot is. And I'm genuinely interested in it, or like if I do watch one and then there's like a good shot of like the killer or something, I'll always rewind it and look at it because I'm fascinated by it. But it's such an anxious experience for me.
Oh, so now, I mean, we've talked about this. I think we talked about this on the last episode. I do feel like once we can hang out again, it's been a while. Once we can hang out again, we need to figure out a movie that would be great to do something Stoney and just watch. And like, I almost want to experience the movie through you and see, but I got to pick the right movie. Because I got to figure out do I want you to be free? I'd be like, what's scary to you? What freaks you out?
Scary to me.
Yeah. Clearly not sticking your hand in someone's butthole and coming out your mouth. Clearly,
I mean,
that's
look,
not scary.
That's just a good time. But I don't know. I mean, because I think about what would be freaky in a movie, or is it like more so what freaks me out in real life?
No, what scares you as a person? What
as a person?
if you don't, I mean, and I'll get into this too. I'll talk about what scares me. But we're very open on this podcast.
I don't know. I'm creeped out by like bugs and shit, especially big bugs or big spiders or something.
Like big, like truck size.
Oh my god, that's a fucking nightmare.
Oh, full shit. Now I know what the movie did. You know what movie I need to show you?
Eight-Legged Freaks.
No.
Oh
no. Fuck
that's
that.
what I thought.
Dude.
That's what I thought.
No, you need to see the movies from the 70s because the 70s had like for killer bugs you had the Swarm, which was about bees, which kind of makes me a TV movie.
Bees don't bother me.
Okay, then the movie I'm thinking specifically, now I have hair in my mouth because I'm so excited. I literally have hair in my mouth. This is epic. I'm so excited to tell you about this. William freaking Shatner, okay? William freaking Shatner. It's called Kingdom of the Spiders. And William's actually pretty good at it. It's a serious role for him. He's not doing his whole William Shatner thing.
Yeah.
It's a really serious role for a B movie. John Bud Carlos is the director, I believe is his name. And it's basically a town that gets infected by spiders. And it's got one of the creepiest endings, the most unsettling endings. Like if you hate spiders, oh yeah.
Yeah, so I would hate that one.
We're going to watch that. And another favorite of mine, God, it's gross. Squirm. You like worms?
Worms don't freak me out as much.
This one's weird. It's like a fucking. It's gruesome because the worms burrow into people's skin, and there's one sequence that is so utterly disgusting, and you're just like, that I can't believe. I love like fucking man versus nature movies from like the 70s, like all that shit. Like I would find them on TV when I was a kid, and I'd be like, what's this? What's this cool? Like Day of the Animals. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, dude, there's things I need to show you because these are amazing things.
Did you ever see Earth versus the Spider?
You know what? I have not all of it, but I know which one you're talking about. Is it good or is it so bad it's good?
I honestly don't really remember. I was very young when I saw it, so I didn't really have a very good gauge of. I think it was so unsettling for me that I was kind of fascinated by it. because it was on TV a lot when around the time when I was a lot younger, and I don't know, it was creepy. It became a lot more intense by the end than I thought it was going to be. Because at first it was just kind of like, oh, there's this guy that got bit by a spider and he's turning into a spider slowly, and then there's like these like fangs coming out of his mouth, and then he finds out he missed out on a chance with the girl of his dreams, and he starts like eating his friends, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It just got really intense.
Oh,
so I don't
goodness.
remember if it's good or not, but it's a movie.
Okay. It's a movie. No, it is a movie. Okay, did you see how? Look, I'm trying to educate this young man because he hasn't seen a lot of these classic movies that we need to work on, because you're missing a lot. We're working on it. So I'm going to ask you this, but because you always surprise me, because then I'll say something really rare, like Freddy got fingered, and you'll be like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
What do you know about Cronenberg? David Cronenberg. Oh dude, the sites I have to show you. Videodrome, Scanners.
Scanner. Okay, I know Scanners.
Okay, yeah, the head exploding.
Right, of course.
Did you see his version of The Fly?
Is that the
Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum.
No, yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Parts.
That's one of those movies I caught part of recently because I was just it was part of a collection of movies. There's a documentary on horror films from the 80s on Shudder, and they started showing parts of The Fly, and I was just like, God, I forgot how good that movie is and how heartbreaking it is.
I mean, I think the big one is The Exorcist, just because of how far ahead of its time it was. Because, I mean, you watch it now, and it holds up with shit now.
Dude, honestly, so many of those movies hold up better than you would think, because I still kind of, I get like the CG thing, but there's something about the practicality of it all, how it feels natural.
Yeah.
Halloween to me holds up really well, just simply as a period piece almost. Like you watch it as a period piece because the characters feel like you're not watching like and look, there's a lot of these movies I fucking love, but you're not watching like, oh, it's the cute one, oh, it's the slut, oh, it's the jock, oh, these were just three girls who happened to be friends and happened to have a really bad night with a psycho, from the asylum. I really love this. I love Halloween so much. Do you know how much I love Halloween? Do you know? I figured you'd know. I was gonna.
I mean, I know, but I feel like this is going somewhere.
No, it's really not.
Oh, all right.
Well, I mean, technically, we're coming up to Halloween, and I don't know what to do for Halloween. What are we going to do for Halloween?
I don't know what's going on. It's strange because you're not allowed to trick or treat, but it's okay for people to sit outside with their backs touching each other to eat. But like it doesn't count because it's outdoors, and it's like it doesn't fucking matter if I'm next to a stranger.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Halloween's my favorite holiday. I'm sure you're surprised by that.
I realized, I think last year, I love Halloween, but I don't like it as much as I want to. I want to be one of those people that's like super into it and like watches freaky movies and like kind of gets decorations, gets into like the spooky spirit, but I'm just not. I'm not into it that heavily. I enjoy it. I enjoy all the spooky dark stuff, but I just maybe more in a casual sense, I suppose.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I'm a way bigger fan of Christmas.
Yeah, see, look, I love Christmas too. Don't get me wrong. What are you getting me for Christmas?
A vaccine.
Well, hopefully we'll have something.
Yeah, you'll be patient zero. So Merry Christmas.
Fuck that, man. But we actually should get each other like a little gift on Christmas, and we'll do it for the episode. We'll have a very special,
a very Mary Stoney,
Mary Stoney.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Christmas.
should.
Yeah,
I think we should do that. I think we should do that. I'm in
that'd
for
be
that.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now see now I've got now I'm thinking Christmas movies. I'm thinking. I mean, holidays are coming.
So I think similar to Halloween, Christmas. There's like a movie, at least one. I feel like a lot of people at least have one where it's like, all right, it's this time of year. It's time to watch this movie. What
Oh,
is it?
100%. Yeah, easy.
What is it for you?
Well, mine is easy. I have three. I have,
Okay.
and this won't shock you. Black Christmas,
Okay.
which is one of my favorite horror films from '74. Not the remakes, neither of them. And then The Apocalypse. I love this movie. I love the soundtrack. I love the zombies. I love the characters. Have you watched this yet?
No, no.
Fucking
And
dude,
this
fucking
is
watch it.
one of your Christmas movies.
It is one of my Christmas movies.
Okay.
It's a Christmas zombie horror comedy musical coming of age story set in Scotland. Or no, England,
Okay.
sorry, UK. But it's legitimately decent. No, it's better than decent. It's legitimately got heart. It's
Okay.
legitimate scares. It's not dumb for this. The humor is not dumb. It's funny. There's a you know there's a there, I'm gonna I don't know I'm telling you this when you could clip it, but there's there when they don't know what's going on, they get attacked and they accidentally knock a guy's head off, and so the guy's in a snowman suit. So there's the next scene. The guy's like, dude, this is you don't know, this is zombie. And she's like, no, there's no such thing. And the camera pans to the head of, and it's just legitimately funny shit. And when the characters die, you're actually like, no, it's my Shaun of the Dead bookend. Those two.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that feel. So I love that movie, and of course, Die Hard.
Yes. That's one of mine.
Yeah, those are my three.
Yeah.
So what are your? How many do you have, and what are they?
Well, unfortunately, I a lot of times I don't actually get around to watching them, but when I think of ones that I would love to watch or try to watch at least.
No, I do the same thing. I get it.
Yeah, Die Hard for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then Christmas Vacation.
That's a good one.
I think those are really the two that kind of stick out. I mean, there's other ones that I don't mind watching, like
Miracle on 34th Street.
Like no, like Elf or like
It's a Wonderful Life
or Jack Frost.
Nippy. Jack Frost, the Michael Keaton one, or Jack Frost, the Killer Snowman one?
The Michael Keaton one.
Have you seen the Killer Snowman one?
I remember it. I don't think I ever sat down and watched it, but
no, you should. I mean, it's pure art, is what it is.
It sounds like it.
It's cinema genius. Is that a term? Cinema genius? Yeah,
cinema genius. It's gotta be
a term. It's gonna be a term. Yeah. So I love. There's a few Christmas horror movies. I like. What's the other one? There's a couple of Christmas horror movies. I don't know. I love Black Christmas, so that's my favorite. That's like that's that one I try to watch quite often because I feel like it's one of those that just it deals with such interesting subjects and you feel uncomfortable. There's an unease. Maybe I should show you that one when this is all over.
I mean, this list is getting pretty long.
I know we're gonna have to have a fucking weekend of just okay. We have to focus and just something Stoney. That's it.
Yeah, yes. Since we're on the topic of movies, I recently have been watching the Dark Knight trilogy again.
Oh, okay.
Just because I haven't seen them in a little while, so I just kind of wanted to go through them. And I mean, they're good, of course, but I realized that I think out of the three, the Dark Knight is my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah. I just feel like there's not as much depth to it and character development, and I feel like there's a lot more meat story wise and emotion wise in the other two.
Wow.
I think. And I'm sorry, but I stand by this. Heath Ledger's Joker performance is overrated.
Oh my God.
It is.
Shame.
I stand by this. Here's the deal.
Agree on a lot, but
let me clarify this. Let me clarify this. It's a fantastic performance. I don't think it's a bad performance. He did an amazing job. It's he was able to reach a point to where he's unrecognizable as Heath Ledger, and that's a very rare feat for actors to achieve. And he achieved that. For
the butt.
But it's not even his fault that it's overrated. It's because he passed away. He gets more credit than he would have otherwise. Not necessarily that he doesn't deserve it, but people will say shit, and this is a common thing for people to say about the performance, is that there will never be one that's better. No one will ever do it like him. It's the end all, and no, it's not. No, it's not. It honestly, it's good, but it could have been better after just watching it recently. It's a fantastic performance, but also it's unfair because he passed away before the movie came out. So when you're watching it and you're watching this character, it adds an extra layer of darkness to the role and to the movie, more so than the movie already has itself. So I think it gives you, because it gives you a much darker feeling, and you're associating that with the movie, you think like, oh my God, like this makes me feel this way so much. And it's like, it's just because of what's surrounding the movie, not because of his performance, not because of the movie itself. And the other night I rewatched Dark Knight Rises, and say what you will about the Tom Hardy version of Bane, but just not even necessarily who the villain is, but just as far as who's a much more convincing villain and better at playing a villain, I think Tom Hardy did it better. Wow. As far as playing a villain. Wow. Yeah. I think he plays a much more interesting villain, and he's much more of a traditional villain, I guess, but I think much more convincing and more, you feel like his performance gives way to this feeling of like, oh, there's a lot at stake here because this guy's very, very evil but powerful.
Yeah.
So
I think you have points. I do think there is truth to the fact that his untimely death added a little bit to the mystique of the film, and maybe raised it what wouldn't have necessarily, maybe it wouldn't have gotten an Oscar nomination, maybe it would have, maybe he wouldn't have won. I believe he would have. I'm on the camp. I do believe it's a fantastic performance. I actually, get ready for my controversy. Okay. I think his performance makes the movie better. Those movies, while I appreciate them and like them a lot, I think they're great films. I have very little desire to revisit them, like none, almost none.
Yeah, and honestly, I think, and I think that's why I like that one the least, because you can tell. I mean, and again, I'm not bashing the performance, but that whole performance and that whole character is the centerpiece of the movie. You take away the Joker in that movie, there's kind of no more movie left. Whereas
I agree with you.
Yeah. Whereas in Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begins, there's other things going on than just who the villain is. And I think story-wise, like I said, there's more meat to it. And I enjoy, there's a lot more character development. And, especially since, Dark Knight Rises is fresher in my mind, it tells this amazing story of Bruce Wayne aging out of Batman,
Yeah.
but being forced to return. And it's a story that's in plenty of comics and, the, animated movies and whatnot. And it's an excellent story to tell.
Mhm. No, I agreed. I disagree. It's weird. Like I'm on the because I love Tom Hardy, so like
Mm.
he's just amazing, beautiful man. I love this guy, and I love his performance. The voice bothered me a little bit. Like it
Mm.
did kind of like, oh, suddenly here's Sean Connery. Um,
Yeah.
but with that said, I did think it was an interesting character, and I did dig what he did with it. Um, and I definitely think there's a little extra love for Ledger's performance because of his untimely death.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird. I really appreciate those three movies a lot, and
Yeah, they're fantastic movies that just
Mhm.
happen to be about Batman, and they really actually cover a lot of Batman's story and his backstory and little details that only someone who really did their research would know.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it a lot. It's amazing. I watching through it. I'm like, they could have kept going with these, and I would have been right on board because
Yeah.
they did so much right with the stories and with the characters that I'm like, it's a shame that it was just seemed to be over so quickly.
Yeah, it did seem it feels that way now, at least. You
Hmm.
know? I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to the Batman a lot.
Yeah.
I'm so I really think Robert Pattinson is so underappreciated. He's getting to not be obviously he's not that underappreciated because it's in a big superhero movie and he's had this amazing career of doing these little independent films. But like there's everything about that movie excites me, and I'm superhero burnout right now. I'm superhero burnout. There's a few that I like lately that I really want to watch, but yeah, and for my job, I can go see it, and I can totally go in and go, okay, I'm going to be fair, completely open. But as a
Yeah.
viewer, I don't have that excitement to go. I'm like, yeah, well, I want to see whatever. So
Well, I think
yeah,
what killed that was the Marvel movies. The
kind of,
entire MCU is every movie follows the same tropes. They have the same jokes. They're just you're essentially watching the same movie over and over again, no matter
yeah.
who the superhero is that it's about. It's the same thing over and over again, and they'd release like 3 of them a year, and you're like,
Yeah, that
I'm sick
was
of watching this.
yeah. Look, there the movies exist for a reason. They knew what they were doing, and I give them credit for being very smart. And there's quite a few I enjoy. There's
Yeah, of
honestly,
course.
but it's one of those things where yeah, as a fan, for me it was a bit burnout. It was a bit of a burnout, and it was like okay, and it lost the appeal to me. That I appreciate them for what they are, but it's not my thing really anymore. It's I weirdly enough I seem to go for DC more. So
Oh yeah, I've always been more DC. That's why I'm glad to see um, them finally starting to figure out what they're doing. I don't think they quite know yet, but
I think what they're doing is smart. They're simply taking they're letting the director's vision come into play, and they're saying, James Wan, give us something spectacular and wild and weird. He does. With the Joker, wow, let's go dark and crazy, intense.
yeah,
Wonder Woman, let's freaking girl power to the max in the best ways. Look, I'm becoming a DC guy. I think I grew up kind of being a DC guy. Like I liked when I
right.
was a
I did
kid.
too. Yeah,
Yeah, I love my favorite my favorite hero was this is embarrassing. I don't even know if I should admit this.
you should.
My my favorite is Aquaman. As a kid, I thought
Okay.
Aquaman was so rad. And he gets made fun of. No, he doesn't get made fun of anymore, does he?
Well, he doesn't now because now people think of Jason Momoa and he's cool as shit.
Yeah,
So
he is cool as shit. I love it.
I I will say this. So Um, I trimmed up my beard, but I trimmed it a little too short. And
Oh,
the
that's a
problem,
problem.
it is a problem. It shows off too much of your real face. And I have a baby face. I have a really baby chin, but also it revealed that I still have quite a bit of my quarantine weight to lose, because check out my new neck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Oh
ladies.
god. Yeah, that it has a
Oh,
bullfrog thing going on. I like it.
yeah. And you'd think like, oh, I just like I'd have to try to get that. No, I don't need to try. It's just kind of there,
Yeah, yeah.
just hanging out. So, it's a long road ahead of us, but
Yeah,
you know what? It's
that's a hard one too because look, as easy as you would think it'd be. Well, I can work out from home. I can maybe jog. I can whatever, go jog around the neighborhood. It's it's harder to get inspired, I think, at least for
yes,
me. Yeah.
absolutely. I honestly, I have barely worked out. I've worked out maybe a total of 7 days over the past 6 months. Like, I mean, and not counting the little weed walks that
Wow.
I take late at night.
Yeah.
Those tend to be pretty long, which is great exercise. But um, yeah, I it's so fucking hard for me to work out at home. And plus, I'm in a small apartment, and I have hardwood floors, and I'm on the third floor, and I'm like, this isn't meant to be a workout space.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's
so
true.
and I it's just hard for me to get ready to get pumped up and do like a strenuous workout. I've always been that person with everything. I need something that holds me accountable. That's why in college I took one class online, and I struggled with that class, and it was a fucking health class. But it's because I need the discipline of like going to a classroom and my mind being just like, no, you're here, you're doing this. So it's like that with the gym too. And
Yeah.
I just can't do home workouts, and I've just kind of accepted that. And I've gotten a lot better as far as like the diet portion. Like, I'm not
Mhm.
eating healthier necessarily, but I am eating a lot less. So there's
Yeah,
that.
I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm not
Yeah.
eating a lot, so I haven't gained anything. I've lost a little bit, just
Yeah.
because I'm not quite at your. I'm probably not. I would kill to be at where you are, but I definitely feel good. Like I'm not, and I just
Yeah.
don't eat that much. I'm not just not hungry because you're
Yeah.
not moving around, so you're not like
Exactly.
really.
Well,
Yeah,
and it's amazing the way your body adapts. So if you give it, like a week where you don't eat a whole lot, and you kind of power through some of those hunger pangs, then even when you do feel a little hungry, you can just kind of sit with it and be okay.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree, and it's this is a conversation for later because this is a whole other fucking epic idea. But you said something that really hit me and struck a chord. The idea that you have problems taking online courses right now. Everybody in
Yeah.
America,
Oh my
like,
God. I would
let's talk
have.
about that. Let's save that one for later. But like,
Yeah.
fuck, oh
I
my
already wasn't the greatest student, but I would have been a much worse student.
yeah, it's not easy for some people. I like it. I prefer it actually. I did home study for a year or two, no, a year, and I actually really liked it because I have the discipline when I need it, but generally not. Generally, I don't.
Yeah, and even when I do workouts, um, I usually I'll follow like a program or something. But the programs that I follow, everything's laid out for you.
Mm,
It's you have your diet plan, you have your days that you're working out, what workouts you're doing. It's like it's working out for dummies. It's all right there for you. You don't need to think about what you're doing. You just look at your little cheat sheet on what you're doing, what you're eating, when you're eating it, all that shit. Um, because I don't have. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I'm not a disciplined person, but when it comes to extracurricular things like going to the gym and holding myself accountable for my health and shit like that, I don't really have the most discipline a lot of times, kind of reeling it in all by myself.
Mm.
So.
Mm. Yeah. Well, speaking of discipline, we are having we start a little later, and we're having I have an early morning, so I think we may cut this one short tonight. We may not do
Yeah.
the 3-hour show tonight.
Yeah.
Or however long.
I have a feeling that even this one's a lot longer than we realize.
Probably, generally, they end up to be fairly. And we covered a lot of bases. I know we talked a lot about movies.
A lot of very movie centric.
Very movie centric, which was fun that we got to go into the exercise. You know, I'd love to hear other people's like how they're kind of staying healthy, staying in shape. What do they do?
And where they get the inspiration to do it from.
Yeah,
especially.
Yeah. Exactly. So, guys, whoever those three listening, leave movie review. Well, not movie reviews. You don't want to write a whole movie review. Movie suggestions, movies that you like, movies that you think sucked. Don't be an asshole. That's like, try not to be an asshole.
And tell me how stupid I am because I said that Heath Ledger's performance is overrated.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta send
There's a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, it was fun, dude. Next week we're gonna reconnect and we'll see what comes up. There's a lot of stuff that happened this past couple of days which we haven't gone into, which I know maybe we should at some point. We'll see how we're in a weird news cycle, like literally day by day we're having a major story and I don't even know how to I don't even know how to process all of this right now. I'm just like, it feels like I'm watching a really bad action movie with a really obvious bad guy and the plot is obvious and everyone's like, well, I have no idea what's going to happen now. I'm like, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, and just to kind of timestamp this for the audience, I think the most recent story is that Trump admitted that he sort of downplayed the severity of coronavirus cases. Yeah. And that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, I just it's so hard to wrap my head around this. It's worst Bond movie ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
2020, they could name it. That could be the title.
It could be.
In like 20 years. I mean,
speaking of which, I think isn't the new Bond movie coming out soon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many. It's like Pinhead and Hellraiser. There's so many shites. What the fuck am I going? There's so many sites that I'm at that stage. I think I'm gone.
Yeah. Can you imagine if you also had that Jack Daniels?
Oh my God! Right? Shit. Yeah. That would have been. That would have been. Yeah. That would have been. I'll save that for another time, though. Should I? Should I do it next time?
Yeah. Sure. I don't see why not.
Just have to do it at night. I don't have to wake up super early.
Oh yeah, of course. I actually have like a little tiny bit of tequila in my freezer. Maybe we could do like a shot together.
Oh fuck, let's do it. I'm in. Let's do it. We're in. So the next episode will be a little bit of booze, a little bit of Stoney, and a little bit of who knows what the fuck.
Yeah, a little bit of whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of it of whatever.
A lot of bit of whatever, and maybe you can. One of us will come up with admitting we hated something that everyone loved, or something.
Yeah, that's always fun. It's always
fun. I do too.
Although
I very rarely get mad, only if they insult Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay.
Then I get pissed off.
Yeah. I honestly, and to kind of steer it back to the Dark Knight trilogy, I I think that just like with the Bane voice and even Christian Bale's Batman voice, it caught a lot of criticism and was the butt of a lot of jokes. But the more I think about it, the more I appreciate the like what they did with it. You know, especially the Batman voice. I think it's cool that because you know you take Ben Affleck's that was just like a voice changer thing,
Mhm.
but Christian Bale took it upon himself to like, no, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do my own alteration
Yeah,
of it. And I think in an interview he said that he started doing that voice because him being in that suit was just so ridiculous to him that he was like, I can't be myself in this and take myself seriously, so I'm just going to do this like crazy voice. And it works. It works and it's
yeah.
something that, you know, that makes sense for the character
Mhm. I
too.
really I like his Batman a lot. I
Yeah.
really do. Yeah. Well, I mean, since we're talking Batman a lot, we can talk. We're gonna fly out of here. I think we're done for the night.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Um, and we'll see you guys next time
On the other side, man.
on the other
Stony
side,
something.
on the
Stony
Stony side,
something.
on the Stony side. Yeah. All right.